Have you ever wondered, as you gently shake your coffee cup at the end of a gathering, where this simple gesture truly came from? Or why welcoming a stranger is considered a sacred duty, one that a person might risk their own life to uphold? Our authentic Arab traditions, which we practice so naturally today, are not mere casual social rituals. They are a historical and genetic code, shaped by the brutal harshness of the desert, the shocks of time, and the isolation of an unforgiving environment. In this video, we will not just list these traditions. We will dive deep into the human and historical roots that birthed them. How did these severe environmental conditions transform into strict laws and noble values that govern us to this very day? Welcome to a documentary journey through time, as we uncover the true origins of Arab customs. Let us begin with the most powerful and present symbol of Arab identity: coffee. In Arabic gatherings, coffee is not just a beverage served to guests. It is a sophisticated, silent language of its own, carrying deep political and social meanings. But where did it all begin? Historically, coffee was deeply tied to a life of nomadism and survival. The desert at night was a terrifying, perilous place, filled with sudden threats. Coffee, with its intense bitterness, provided the Bedouins with the necessary alertness to stay awake, guard the tribe, and monitor the dark horizons. Over the decades, it transformed from an energy drink into a complex social protocol, governed by what we call sana, the art of etiquette. Have you ever wondered why the server must hold the coffee pot, the dalla, in their left hand and offer the cup with their right? The reason dates back to ancient times. The right hand was always the hand of peace, handshakes, and the hand that holds the sword to protect the tent. Therefore, offering the cup with the right hand signifies absolute safety and profound respect for the guest, while the left hand remains dedicated strictly to serving and ensuring their comfort. And what about the famous custom of shaking the cup to signal you are done? In ancient times, during sensitive and secret meetings of tribal chiefs, leaders would purposefully hire a deaf and mute server to pour the coffee. The reason? To prevent any critical war secrets, political details, or tribal alliances from being overheard and leaked to enemies. To let the server know that a guest had had enough to drink without interrupting the chief's important speech. The custom of shaking the cup was invented as a silent, visual signal of satisfaction. Thus, a tradition was born out of a critical need for security, and it remains a symbol of politeness to this day. Whenever Arabs are mentioned anywhere in the world, hospitality is mentioned right alongside them. Today, we view hospitality as an act of generosity, kindness, or social prestige. But in its true historical origin, hospitality was a matter of life or death, a strict law imposed by a brutal nature. In the heart of the Arabian Peninsula, where the scorching sun and endless sands stretch for thousands of miles without water or trees, a traveler who lost their way faced certain death from dehydration and starvation. Out of this extreme environment, hospitality was born as an unwritten emergency rescue system among tribes. Feeding a passing stranger was a sacred obligation, because everyone knew, today you feed a lost stranger, and tomorrow you might be that very stranger looking for someone to save your life. One of the most fascinating manifestations of this survival system was what Arabs did during pitch-black, freezing desert nights. They would ignite massive fires on top of the highest hills, known historically as Nar al-Kira, the fire of hospitality. The purpose was for lost and terrified travelers to see the flames from vast distances, knowing that shelter, food, and safety awaited them. The legendary Hatim al-Tai, the ultimate historical symbol of Arab generosity, beautifully summarized this philosophy when he told his servant, "Light the fire, for the night is freezing and the wind is biting. Perhaps a passerby will see your fire. If your flame brings a guest tonight, you shall be a free man." Furthermore, Arabs created strict rules to protect the dignity of the guest. A stranger had the absolute right to shelter and protection for 3 full days and nights, without ever being asked for their name, where they came from, or what they wanted. Questioning a guest before feeding and resting them was considered a severe insult in Arab custom. Generosity was never a luxury. It was the humanitarian umbrella that guaranteed human survival in one of the harshest places on earth. Beyond hospitality, the ancient Arab environment developed a unique tribal judicial system to maintain peace in the total absence of a centralized government or police force. Among the most critical customs that have survived to this day is the concept of al-Dakil, the seeker of refuge. In a society built heavily on tribal retaliation and physical power, minor disputes could easily escalate into bloody wars that wiped out entire tribes. To prevent this, the concept of al-Waj, or al-Dakala, seeking protection, was established. If a hunted, accused, or wronged man managed to flee into the tent of another person and say, "I am under your protection," he instantly became a Dakil. This social law was so sacred it defies modern imagination. The owner of the house was obligated to sacrifice his own life and the lives of his sons to protect this refugee, even if the people hunting the refugee were his own worst enemies or closest relatives. Betraying a refugee or handing him over was considered the ultimate, unforgivable disgrace that would stain a family's reputation forever, a shame that could never be washed away. This rigid system was not just about pride. It was a highly intelligent mechanism designed to force a pause, cool down angry tempers, and allow tribal elders time to mediate, negotiate blood money, and prevent mass bloodshed before wars could erupt. From protecting refugees, we moved to the building of social bridges through marriage. Traditional Arab marriage customs are another mirror reflecting ancient strategic intelligence. In an environment that relied heavily on family numbers, alliances, and physical backing, a marriage was never just a romantic relationship between two individuals. It was a profound treaty between two entire tribes. Historically, the process began with the Jaha, a formal delegation of tribal elders, wise men, and chiefs who traveled to the house of the bride's family. Here, a famous custom appears that we still practice in every single wedding today: placing the cup of coffee in front of the head of the delegation and refusing to take a single sip until he states his request. This gesture is an ingenious public declaration. We will not taste your hospitality until we know if we are truly respected and valued by you. If the father of the bride agrees to the marriage, he responds with the famous phrase, "Drink your coffee. Your request is granted." Only then is the coffee drunk amidst celebration, serving as a public, witnessed contract of the alliance. As for the dowry, or mar, it was traditionally paid in the finest camels, horses, or livestock. Contrary to what some modern critics mistakenly believe, this was never a price for the woman. Instead, it was a symbolic and economic compensation to her family for losing an essential, productive member of their household. More importantly, it served as financial security for the bride in her new environment, ensuring she entered her marriage empowered, respected, and highly valued. Even the massive feasts that lasted for days were not for vanity. They were the only available media channel of the time to publicly broadcast the marriage and document the lineage of future children in a society that relied entirely on oral history. In conclusion, When we look deeply at the details of our daily lives, we discover that we are nothing less than a living extension of those who lived under wool tents, battled the harsh winds, and tamed the wild desert sands. Our customs and traditions did not appear out of nowhere, nor were they random coincidences. They are the product of brilliant social intelligence and a pure human instinct that made respecting human life, rescuing the helpless, building bridges, and honoring promises an eternal constitution passed down from fathers to sons. The next time you shake your coffee cup, welcome a guest into your home, or stand within a traditional gathering, remember carefully, you are carrying an extraordinary legacy on your shoulders, one that is thousands of years old. Tell us in the comments, which Arab tradition are you most proud of and still practice today? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more secrets of history. Stay safe, and until next time.